Mm. All right, what's up, everybody? Looks like I am live. We're going live today. New president, new market. Yes, indeed. Just give me a couple of minutes as I kind of share all this stuff out here. But it's a great day, isn't it? I mean, Go ahead and post that out. Yeah, everybody, if you're long the market, your portfolio's slam it right about now. And if you're short the market, I actually think this rally continues. It's funny because, months before, everybody's worried about a Biden presidency, the blue wave, and now what? What? He's taking the market at all-time highs. So you see how you can't listen to that stuff? I mean, that was like nonsense. It was nonsense. It's all-time highs. Right? If you sold based on buying anything, you missed out because he's president at all-time highs. Yeah, so that means a lot, right? What does that mean? It means a lot. But anyway, so let me go ahead and finish sharing this out, and then we can get started. And you can see I got the averages up on CNBC. Quote retweet. Okay, I think that's everything. And I got to kind of pull up my video so I can see the comments. By the way, link is in the description, right? So something went wrong. Let's give it another shot. Why does it say something went wrong? Okay, let's try that. There we go. Link is in the description if you want to join in. I'll go ahead and do my spiel first, okay? And then I'll bring you in if you want to get in. It'll be cool. We could just talk about stocks or anything you want to. All right, so pulling up the actual video on YouTube. I'm almost done. I got to start that little timer thing. When you start a video, you could do a little timer action. There we go. All right, so here we go. I'm up. Who we got in here? Cashmatic, you're always here, man. I appreciate you. You're always first. Do you see? No, not really. Not yet. Let's put it that way. Not yet, because the VIX is still 20. This is the first thing I'm actually going to talk about. I'm ready. Wait a minute. There it is. I'm ready. Yeah, the VIX is 20, right? So let's go into, first of all, let me talk about this real quick. There's the Dow, there's the averages, right? Everything just booming. Thanks to Netflix, which what we talked about yesterday in the video. Was it yesterday? Whenever it was. I think it was yesterday. In the video, how Netflix will fire up the fangs, and let's go to it. Look at the fangs. Bright green, every single one of them. Put your sunglasses on because you're going to catch an eye retina or something looking at this thing, okay? Microsoft up 4, Apple up 3.5, Google up 6. I ain't never seen Google up 6 except for earnings day. Remember, I always said that was the best chart. Amazon up 4 out of the fangs. Netflix up 16. It's a new company. These guys are actually making money. The stock buybacks maybe come in. It was a great earnings report. Facebook. Right. So Facebook was it was a steal when it was sitting around 240. It might have been a fake out breakdown kind of. I was even afraid of it. I'm like, oh man, but it's coming back with a vengeance. Maybe it'll just run into the number and kind of end. And you can see the averages right here going, into the close. So it's January 20th, inauguration day, 152. Biden's officially president. He actually made a first tweet. It was kind of sane. Let me go to my Twitter. He tweeted damn near right away after he, you know what? I don't even follow him. I don't even forget it. I won't be able to pull it up, but it was something sane, something where you can go, no craziness, just a sane tweet. Oh man, that was great. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the charts, man. I gotta pull this up. All right, so here we are. I should have had that screen up before. Let's look at the VIX, right? Because the VIX was down 6%. Cashmatic asks, hey, man, do you see it kind of going? And it's kind of like I predicted. Remember I said inauguration day, no silliness. By the way, they reported there was no silliness in any capital across the whole country. No silliness. All right, so that's a good thing. That's what we was looking for. And you can see right here, for some reason, the market has a hard time getting below this line and definitely below 20. I think it breaks down and then eventually breaks 20 And then if that happens, of course, the market is going up. And that's why I think we still go higher from here. I actually don't think we go back down until we down here already, somewhere down 15, 14, 14 at 17, let's call it. And then maybe we bounce back up. But this, you see how it's been just hanging right here, just hanging out on these lows. Eventually, not too many times, it breaks through. All right, it breaks through and to the downside. So a lot of that volatility, I mean, just think, I don't know. It's sameness. Anyway, so let's look at Netflix because here's the hero, right? The hero of the day, Netflix, saving the fangs. Look at that. It was hanging out on the bottom of the range. And can we call it a breakout? I'm looking at the weekly. It's very close. I think it breaks out. But it looks like it wants to break out the top of the range. To hit that top range at 16%, it's going to tell me that's telling me it's going to break out. And if you pull out the monthly, look at that, right? That's going to break out. That's a bull flag when you look at the monthly. There's the flag pole right there. Here's the flag. So get a little closer look at that, right? So bull flag. Google, another stock that broke out, and we didn't even have earnings yet. Look at the weekly, right? I told you this was the best FANG. This was the best FANG stock chart-wise. Look at that weekly. Look at that breakout on today. Earnings coming next week. This could be the run. You know what I mean? So, will it pop on earnings? I don't know because it's popping right now. I hate stocks that run strong into the earnings like that. But if it continues to run, I don't know if the earnings will be the big pop. The pop could be happening right now, right? So there's Google. Facebook, of course, coming off the bottom. It's still early to get into this trade, right? This is up 3%, coming off the bottom. It perfect bounce. I mean, yeah, get in it. I'm in one long call. So this thing, if it acts just like the other fangs, we should actually see it up here somewhere, right? Because all of them were at the top of the range so far. I'm going to bring up Apple. I actually did not look at it all day today. And Apple's up 3%. And Apple's just been in an uptrend the whole time. Good afternoon. No faith required. Hey, babes, jewelry box in the house. By the way, if I like to answer everyone's comment. If for some reason I don't answer your comment, just say it again, okay? Because I missed it. I'm not trying to skip anyone. Just kind of say it again. I went back over at the last video. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe I missed these guys' comments. So yeah, just say it again. You probably just got lost in the scroll, and my screen is kind of way over there, and I can't see. All right, so let's get back to the charts. So there it is. The stock that it's not a FANG. Wait a minute. We'll finish looking at the FANGs. Facebook, Apple, was it Netflix, Google? What's the other A? If we count the double A FANG, Amazon. Yeah, of course. How could we forget Amazon? Of 4% coming out of this range. Now, Amazon has done this before. You see it done it here, possibly here, and it always seemed to fall back. But it's up nicely today, up 4%. That's 126 points. Wow. I mean, you're making some money there, especially if you're in the calls. If you're in the calls, you're making money. 126 points. Remember, I said once it does break out of this range, it's going to go a long ways because it's so tight right here. So tight. Even though it's up 4%, 126 points, you can see it's right there on the moving averages. It's still a good buy right here. I know it's crazy up at 126. I know, but it's right there. You're buying it on the average for the most part. This thing could still go a lot higher. All right. So here's the high. It's not at the high like some of the other stocks. And that's, to tell you the truth, that's actually kind of worrisome a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Why is it not at the highs? But it might just play catch up, right? Play catch up back to the highs, right? So let's look at Microsoft real quick, see what this thing is doing, up 3.71%. Same here. Look at that, man. Beautiful. Let me go into the daily, by the way, and just kind of peep at the volume real quick. You can see the volume. It's, we still got another 2 hours to trade, And the volume is actually looking pretty good at this point. Stochastic, slow stochastic pointing up, coming out from the oversold area. I love it when it goes straight up and you can see that separation that's getting ready to happen. That means higher prices. That means it goes higher, right? Happened here. You see it's going higher. Last time it happened, get my circle tool out right here. Oh, what goes straight up? Oh, look at that. Right? Straight up here. Now be here. Because it didn't go straight up, but it went up. And yeah, those are the only two times it came out of range since July, right? So coming out of the below 20 here, it has a good chance of going higher according to the stochastic. And that's why I like this chart. So, hey, let's come back to it a week or so from now and you can see if I'm right. I don't know. I can't call a pullback at 15 on the VIX. I can't say, oh, VIX 15, pullback's coming. You know, it just means complacency, people's kind of, you know, nervousness has kind of come out, and that's when the market catches you off guard and it goes the other way, right? So you just use caution. You know, it could run a long time. I think from 2008, a little bit when after the 2008 crash, when the market when the VIX finally settled down, we ran a long ways without doing anything. And I think the VIX went to like -9, -8 or something like that. It was hitting record lows and people was expecting and just kept going up, just kept going up. So you never know. You just never know. Okay, let's talk about some stocks that I like, that I'm looking at, that I actually bought today. Booking. I've been in it a little bit. I like today's action, by the way. It opened on its low and it's kind of coming back, but I'm going to pull up the monthly. I think this is the perfect reopening kind of trade. People are kind of forgetting about it, jumping into fangs, but now the reopening is happening. And there it is, right? So it's getting ready to be a multi-year breakout from, was it 2018, 2019, 2020, right? Finally reached the highs of 2018. And as long as, you know, it's COVID, the whole taking the shot thing, it's not the greatest, all right? The medicine is out there, but it's not going to people's arms, but they will fix that. And eventually this will come through, all right? So I'm in the call spreads, excuse me, way out. The farthest you can go, 731 days out. And let's see what happens. All right. I think it will break out from here. All right. So look at Live Nation. Was that LVY? LYV. And you can see how that one, it's kind of the same chart, but this one looks a little bit more bullish because it really rocketed off. It's a V. It's a perfect V, right? Live Nation, the concert and stuff like it's trading higher than it was before. The arenas and everything are still closed. There's no concerts going on. It's already trading higher than this. So the reopening trade is ready to explode. Look at the VIX, excuse me. Look at the look at the slow cost. I want to get this out. Here we go. Look at the slow stochastic. There we go. Separation heading to the high. Didn't even reach the low. Right? Anyway, it didn't come below this 20 like it did in what was that booking I was just looking at. Anyway, I think this, you know, this has a lot of room to go higher. Expedia. So I'm looking at the travel EXPE, right? Kind of the same thing, getting ready to break out like booking. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. It's hanging right there on the edge. And I think this one even eventually break out, right? So almost trading at its highs, not quite, almost, but definitely trading at its highs before COVID, right? So that's actually right. It's higher. This was having problems before COVID even started. And then here's the COVID drop, right? Look a little close right here. So yeah, trading higher. All right. So that's why I'm just in the booking. What's up, Rag? It's Two Riches, man. What's going on? You said look at Play for me. Play, that's Dave and Buster's, ain't it? Play. Yeah, Dave and Buster's. Didn't they close? I thought they went, didn't they do something with bankruptcy? I know a lot of stores closed. They down 3.54% today. I could have sworn they did a bankruptcy something. Anyway, I mean, it's coming off those bottoms, and it looks like a trade. Here's some huge resistance right here. Maybe when it gets, maybe you could play it till that, right? What area is that? 37 or so, 37, 38, and then take a pause. I don't think it blows through that area, but definitely check out if it did some kind of bankruptcy, reconstruction, or something like that. I don't want to be talking about something that could be a Hertz. You know what I mean? But I just don't remember. I don't remember. But if not, yeah, it's coming out the bottom. It beats a Boeing. Like since that March, the bottom of COVID, the thing has been for the most part straight up. And let's compare that to say like a Boeing, right? Go to Boeing. By the way, I like Boeing. See how it hasn't went straight up. It stayed down, kind of took a new level here, and then up a new level. By the way, I'm waiting for another pop to the upside on Boeing. Look at the stochastic, right? So this is the monthly. This thing only reached below the 20 once. I'm going way back over here. I'm going way back to the 17. That's not gotta have more data. Yeah, look, the last time it came out from below 20 was June 09. Right. So I mean, I like Boeing for a reopening trade as well. If you like the airlines, you have to play, to me, Boeing. I think Boeing is the safer play. Bull flag right here, up, over. And okay, I'm just showing you some stocks that I like. So we talked about that. I wrote a quick list. We talked about Booking. Oh, let's talk about Nvidia. And that's the stock that I'm kind of heavy in right now. It's having a good day. Wish it was having a better day, but can't be greedy. Big bull flag in the monthly. All right. So not much actually happening here. You can see it's get rid of stuff. You can see it's the same. It's the same as the other stocks we looked at. You see an 11-point move up 2%. Really doesn't even move the charts on this one. So let's hope it's coming into earnings next week. The slow stochastic is still trying to turn. But I'm looking at this. There's a chip shortage, right? These companies are having a hard time producing chips. I think thanks to the EV market. Let's look at AMD. This is also a stock that I bought. I bought some calls and it way out. All right. I'm going to show you why. And let's look at the SMH. Let's look at that first. All right. This one encompasses all the chips for the major, anybody making some kind of chip of any kind. You got the SMH here, and it's just off on a tear. There's the weekly. There's a monthly. Believe it or not, with this so-called chip shortage, I actually think it goes higher. I mean, it's a shortage, right? So it's got to go higher. I don't know. But they're kind of being depressed today. Now, let's go back to AMD. Let me show you what I liked about it. I'm just looking at the pattern. I'm zooming right here. Down, right, up, over, hits the averages. I got that circles. Up, over, hits the averages. Up, over, hits the averages. I think we having another up explosive move about to happen. I don't know. Probably earnings. Probably earnings any day. Let me see when is earnings. Put that up right here. January 26th. That's next week. So it's setting up to explode for earnings. It's at a perfect point. Unlike Google, which exploded today already, this one is actually setting up. It's sitting in a nice area for an explosion to the upside. All right. So yeah, just checking it out. Over, up, it goes over. It's perfect stair step. Keeps running, keeps crashing into the averages and then goes up. And here we are right there on the averages, right? So I'm going to say this one gets a pop. If it continues, if it does what it's been doing for the last year or so, let's say, hey, it goes higher. Rags, you said Boeing's your long-term play. You added a call debit spread at least. I added call debit spread at least oh, really? Okay. So what expiration are you playing? Are you way out there or what? It's a great play. I feel comfortable now. I'd still be worrying about a crash, man. Let me tell you something. The next time a Max crashes, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good, That's the only thing I worry about with this thing. Oh, I just had a trade pop off. Sorry, drinking a new soda. You guys heard of this? It's Mountain Dew watermelon. Watermelon. It's pretty good. All right, let's get back to the charts. AMD. Yeah, we talked about AM. Oh, you want to know a play that I like? I like all the food restaurants. Chipotle, Shake Shack, and McDonald's. I like the setup. I like what's kind of going on here. I think this is the only restaurant up for the day. Anyway, I just like how it's kind of into that support right there, and I actually think that it bounces. I don't think it busts through. You can see all the buying that was happening every time it hit it, and it seems to go up. So I think we might start to elevate off of this. So I'm just kind of liking it. It's up 1.77 today. And if you look at Shake Shack, it's down 2.3, right? Chipotle is X is up 3.4%. I thought, yeah, look at the breakout in Chipotle. Just continue to head higher. Earnings February 2nd. Wow. I'm in the stock pretty deep too, as well. I'm in the stock. Yeah, just totally breaking out of that range and to go higher. And if you look at that, see that kind of looks like Nvidia, right? Up. Kind of look at that. I'm going to bring up Nvidia in a second. Up, right? So you had that. I'm going to draw this box a little bit bigger, right? Up. Whoops, wrong ticker. Nvidia. See, you don't have the up yet, but you got the sideways. You got the box, right? Going sideways. Right. So up, sideways, up. Now bring up McDonald's again. No, it wasn't McDonald's, Chipotle. And you see the same thing. So that's what I'm expecting. So keep my fingers crossed because I'm in that heavy. Heavy. All right. So shoot. I'm just looking. Damn, I think I hit it all quick, man. I hit everything. I hit everything that I wanted to talk about. AMD. Oh, yeah, I talked about the SMH, McDonald's, Nvidia being in the business, Netflix. And let's go to Peloton real quick because they had the big downgrade. And remember, it's over. That's it. You're already higher, so you can't stop it. It's going higher. It looks like it's filling that gap. I think this is going to the top of the range. I think they have a great earnings personally. I still like it to 200. Oh, wait, and with AMD, by the way, that's what I wanted to say. One thing that I like, I was talking about how it crashes into the averages and goes up, is, and this is silly, I actually learned this from Kramer years ago. Something he said, and I was like, man, that's some bullshit. Come on, man. He said stocks that hit 80 go to 120. They just do. So we passed 80 a little bit ago, and when it hits 80, it goes to 120, and it just does. I think he's right. So that's a stupid thing, but I guess no stocks hang out between 80 and 120. But yeah, so it's above 80. The high is right there. See, I actually, the reason why this box is drawn right here, because I said it was actually going to consolidate. You see the selling in here, but eventually I think it busts through and heads high, heads to 120. All right, let's look at the averages. How about that? SPX, look at this. Here's that consolidation. Matter of fact, looks like Nvidia in Chipotle. Right there's the little sideways action. So up, consolidated, and up. Pretty amazing for this to happen, being a index that 500 companies in. It's up 1.3% today. I mean, the S&P has been trading just like a stock, one stock, yeah, let's look at the IWM. A point, not a lot of action today, but damn, this thing, look at that. I mean, I see why there's not a lot of action. It's just toppy. Seems like there's other plays to get into, but yeah, it was place to be. What's the other one I'm missing? The Qs, of course. Same thing. I already got it highlighted. Just like the S&P. So, hey, it's on fire. I don't know when. I just hope maybe it goes sideways again. Hopefully, there's no strong pullback. I'm not ready for that. Just go sideways. Let us catch up. Let it catch up to the trade. Yeah. So that's about it. That's what's going on. Appreciate everyone coming in and joining me. Yeah, I guess I answered all your questions. I don't know when a pullback is coming or what. Go back to this. Who knows? But like I said in the beginning, if you guys missed, we all heard, if you follow the news, that the market is afraid of, the Democrats going to raise taxes and the red blue wave and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's in there and it's at all-time highs. So do those guys really know what they're talking about? Anybody really? And that's what you call price action. And that's what you call following price action. And I had made a prediction before he got in the office. Remember I said, before he got elected, I said, man, is BS. Stocks are going to rip tomorrow. Remember that election? That was one of my biggest calls. And then I said a couple of days ago, hey, when we're going to go up as long as there's no craziness going on the 20th. And sure enough, the market's not worried about any taxes. And he can't really raise taxes. He just can't. And I think the market knows that. So he's going to have to work on his virus and do all his the economy stuff. And you don't help the economy with millions of jobs being lost every week, looking at the employment numbers, by raising taxes, because that'll be a disaster. So the market knows that he really can't do that yet. So it has to kind of just get rid of this virus, get people working, going to the stores, going to games, going to concerts, and going to, theaters, all that stuff. Maybe get people start working more because of that. Stimulus, they spending more. By the way, a lot of people think, yeah, I'm getting political. What, we're going to get another 1,200, 1,400 or something like that? A lot of people think that, don't give it to the people that don't need it. And for the most part, I kind of agree. But it's not necessarily giving it to you to help you out. They want you to spend it, right? When you spend it, you create the economy. I can't think of the word. So if I spend my 1,400 at Best Buy and buy a TV, well, the TV guy's Best Buy's got to hire more employees, and then the TV people's got to make new TVs, and and it gets the economy going. So it's not like they're sending it out just to help people. They sending it out hoping that we all spend all of that money. So trillions of dollars being spent all over the economy. And that will get the engines turning, that'll get it going again. So that's the purpose of them sending money to everybody, even the people that don't need it. But people that don't need it is going to save it. I think it's going to be another influx into the market, just like before. It's going to be worse than before. It's going to be like, oh, look, all my friends made money, blah, blah, blah. Now here's my chance. I'm going to use my money. I'm going to try to make money. And they're going to try to buy. I really think we're going to have that kind of frenzy. I think you say, what's a melt up, right? I don't think anyone knows what a melt up is, first of all. But I think it's going to happen, if it is going to be one now, where it's just because of, that's all we hear about is the money and thousands of YouTube videos people doing what I do, talking about stocks. I'm just not popular. Everybody else blew up. I didn't. So, but anyway, they're doing what I do, right? So, they seeing it and they're just going to get in and just kind of trade. And I think a lot of money is going to make its way to the market. People that's unemployed are going to say, well, maybe I can flip this. And, I think all of that. So, stocks are going to go higher. Even it's got to. I mean, it's just got to, in my opinion. All right, so we don't have to worry about any more crazy tweets out there. Thanks, babe. Look at that. She says dropping nuggets. Thank you. We don't have to worry about any more crazy tweets out there. I I'm actually happy. This is it's craziness. You don't have to worry about uh unbelievable tariffs overnight hitting some, worry about 25% tariff. Matter of fact, the tariffs may come off, right? Think of the boost that's gonna be. That's gonna really be an economic boost. Them tariffs drops, especially for the market, right? So you remember, let's go to the S&P real quick and look at this real quick. Look at the SP. Let's bring up the SPX, and we can look at the monthly, sure, and you can see that volatility. See that was all when the market. This right here, actually. This was all that tariff shit right here. The weekly, you'll probably see it a little bit more defined. Can I go? Yeah. Anyway, this was all that tariff stuff. Oh, there's a deal. There's no deals. Deals. No deal. There's a deal. It's phase 1. It's phase 2. Phase 3. Bunch of BS. Yeah. Hopefully, we're not going to get lied to, even though I think all politicians lie. So far, Biden has seemed pretty honest. I don't know if he's lying or not, but it just seems that way. So hopefully, that'll be cool. Transparency. The market likes that. It likes being transparent. So hopefully, I think he's going to be transparent. That's good. I think that's a good thing. You said you got your $600 and you bought some BA call debit spreads. All right, that's right, man. I think that's a good buy. Oh, you didn't say what strike that was. Oh, there you go. The BA call debit spreads are for January 22. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's a whole year. A whole year. Look, they're going to take care of this virus. It's, the vaccines are out. Okay. They just can't get it in people's arms. So we know they're going to fix that. That's going to be fixed. It's going to be fixed. No problem. That's the least of our problems. That's a good problem to have. The problem to have, this virus, we have no cure. That's the problem. Oh, there's a vaccine. We just got to get it. And they're out there. They just got to get it. There's clinics and hospitals throwing it away because they can't use it. It's expiring or something like that. Anyway, so they'll fix that. And eventually, there'll be more people getting a shot than people getting sick. And, the herd immunity is right around the corner. And that's why I like booking for the most part. And all of them travel sites. I probably like the airlines. Let's look at, what is it, Fly? Oh, gosh. What the hell? Jets. How could I forget it? I'm a Jets fan. Jets, Jets. I like that, up, sideways. Look at the gap. Look how it held that act, right? Come on, draw some lines. Get closer. Look at the gap. And I know you can see now. And look how it's just holding that area, right? It's not giving it up. When things that don't go down, go up. If it doesn't give it back, if it wants to go higher. That's why I like sideways. I'm telling you, sideways is so... To me, it's one of the clearest technical things, and nobody really talks about it but me. That's why I always say I love that sideways action, because it will break out, and generally to the upside. Why? Because look, this has been going up. It usually breaks out to the direction it was already going. It's just taking a breather, a pause, right? So I like that. Eventually, you could even see the volume coming in right here, right? Draw some, see that volume coming in. Right. So remember I said, is this real, fake? What is this like? Look down and go, oh, it's real. Volume's there. So I like it. And eventually, maybe the airlines, did they report already? Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to bust it out, but something will. Something will. Maybe when they lift travel restrictions, maybe we start seeing some of that. You can go overseas, or you can do this and that, and blah, 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 blah. So I like it. I'm looking at this area right here. Oh, this is the Jets. This is even before COVID. Okay. Just look at that area that was support. So now it's going to be resistance. So I don't know if we blow through this area right here, this 27 area. Might struggle. But once we get above that, we pull out. Could I pull out for a month? Yeah, that was a big area. Wow. Now that sideways action broke down. You see how, remember I said it's going to go hard either way, and you see how it broke down to the downside and it went hard. If for whatever reason it broke out to the upside, it would have went hard. And that's that volatility expanding, right? Because no trade, nothing's been happening all these years, nothing. And then finally, a direction was found. It decided which way it wanted to go, and now people can trade it. And they trade it in that direction. It goes down, right? So that's what I'm looking for on those certain FANG stocks. Okay, so said Boeing CDs 400 call debit spreads 400 425. Wow, January 22nd. You're high. You're basically saying within a year it's going to get to this all-time highs. I don't know if you're going to make money as long as it's going up, but you're way up here and right here. Actually, you're saying this thing is going to spike. I'll admit, Rags, I think you might be a little too high. It's going to make money as it's going up because you have positive delta on it. But as it gets closer to that, you'll wind up, as you get closer to the year end, and it's where it looks apparent where it might not reach it, you're going to see that the volatility, they're kind of flying out of those options and basically working their way to zero. So let's keep an eye on it. You need it to get up there quick and fast. If it was me playing that, I would probably be closer to in the money here, at least here. Because look at here, look at here, and we know this is the area of resistance. What is that? About 325 or so. Let's call it 325. I just rounded it off. So we'll probably come up here and hang out a little bit before it blows through that area. Look at all these guys right here, and think of these as men. Okay, zoom in. Think of them as men. Think of them as bag holders. Think of all these guys losing money. Can't wait to break even. Can't wait to break even. So, right, as soon as it starts getting up there, these people are going to be selling into this price right here, right? And they'll slow that momentum going into that 400, 425. Okay, so it's just my opinion, man. I'm just like I said, I'm just a truck driver, but you're good. You're good. As long as it's going up, you're good. Okay. But just remember, as it gets closer and if it starts to look apparent that's not going to make it, you'll start losing value in those things. If it looks like, but now I'll tell you, if it blows through, oh man, great deal. But I don't know if it's going to blow through. This was 2 years of action right there, 2 years. So that's a strong level of resistance right there. Strong. So it's got to be some kind of pause right there. But so far it looks good, man. I love this monthly. Look at that bar, 2 bars coming up. It's going to be another bar just like this. It's going to be something like that. I'll draw it. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. All right. So that's all I want to talk about. Thanks for coming in, y'all. Let's see where we at now. 259.51. Damn, man, the NASDAQ for a whole index. Wow, up 2%. 2% on that. And Russell, yeah, everything just looks good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow. You never know when I'm gonna do a live video. You never know. Dre Trades on Twitter, Instagram. Appreciate Rags to Riches coming in here. The jewelry box coming in here. Here's Rags. Cashmatic, always first. No faith required. I don't think I said your name before, but it sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. And good afternoon to you too. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. I'm out. Stray, subscribe, like, all that. I'll talk to you guys.